Hello everybody, Andy here again. Right, this is a response to a recent video by Billy Biggin64, and his video was entitled "I Dream of YouTube," and quite an entertaining video. If you've not seen it, I suggest you go watch it. What he was saying in there is that he's getting a little bit worried. It's a bit addictive. He might need some help because he started dreaming about YouTube and some of the characters within YouTube. And I'll say straight up, I don't think I've ever dreamt about YouTube, but I shall come back to that from a slightly different angle. But he was saying that he dreamt of a couple of the people that were involved on the site, and it just conjures up a few images. I can think of a few people that I subscribe to, I watch, and with a slightly warped imagination. Well, if you don't want to go there, you never know what might happen. But he was getting a bit worried. He said it's a bit worrying when you start dreaming of an internet site, and I suppose that's, he feels he's addicted, and I think a lot of us feel that way as well. And you're suggesting some sort of a 12-step program for us addicts of YouTube. I mean, I've mentioned it before. I consider myself to probably be addicted from a slightly different angle. As I said, I've never actually dreamt of YouTube, or not that I can remember anyway. I'm pretty sure I haven't, but it affects me in a different way, and maybe it affects other people in different ways as well. Is that I wake up in the middle of the night and I start thinking about the site. I start thinking about videos that I've watched. I start thinking about videos that I'm going to make. I've probably mentioned before, I've got bits of paper. And with loads of ideas on and stuff. I keep a notebook, and I've got, if I show you some of the pages, just sort of things written all over it, and notes that I make, and that's how it gets me. I don't dream of YouTube, but I end up waking up at night and thinking about it and writing things down, or things that go through my head. And this happened to me last night, which is what got me thinking about doing this video. Some videos affect you in lots of different ways, whether they've got that sort of wow factor, they sort of knock you back and think, God dear, that's either a very good idea, or it was a very entertaining video, or a very funny video, or whatever. Or the one particular one that I watched yesterday, a very personal video about something, and that got me sort of, the old pull, tugged at the heartstrings and that sort of thing as well. And it affects you in lots of different ways, and I sort of wake up, I don't know why particularly, and then these things start going through your head, and your mind gets very active. Maybe that's a failing, if you can call it that. From my point of view, I tend to think about things a lot, and I go off on tangents, and I was thinking about this, laying in bed, thinking that I could sort of quite happily probably sit here in front of the camera and talk for hours and hours, and I'd be going off on tangents all over the place. But I try and restrict myself a little bit. But that's the way it affects me. So I'd be interested to know what other people think, with what you've had as well, Billy, other responses you might have had. I've not watched all the video responses, I must admit. As I said, whether other people dream of the site, which as I said, conjures up some strange images, or whether they get affected by it in other ways. As I said, they wake up, they find themselves thinking about it in the middle of the night, they find themselves thinking about the site, videos they're going to make, videos they've watched while they're at work, and that affects me as well. I walk along the street and suddenly I'm at work, and then this thing will come into my head, and I find myself daydreaming about something on this site which I shouldn't be, whether it's a video I'm going to make or an idea for a video. Something pops up and your head starts spinning, and you're off. But that's the way it affects me. So maybe I'm in need of that 12-step program, but I think you need to extend it just a little bit, not for people just dreaming of YouTube, but people who are sort of having not nightmares or whatever, but daydreams about it as well, and waking up in the middle of the night and thinking about subjects for videos and videos they've watched. But entertaining video, and a subject I may well return to at some time. Certainly got a few ideas out of last night's wakeful hours anyway. But thanks for the video, Billy. I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.